Okay, it's time for a movie review 2019 movie, Only You, made in the UK, directed by Harry Woodliff, and he was also responsible for the screenplay, produced by Tristan Golliher. And in the cast, we have Laia Costa as Elena Aldana. JoshO'Connor plays Jake. Pete White is Andrew. Lisa McCillis plays Carly. Stuart Martin is Shane. Isabel Barth plays Rose. And Orion Lee is Eddie. Anyway, this British drama, romantic drama, starts off on New Year's Eve. Eleanor has spent the evening celebrating with her friends. However, they're all in their mid-30s, and most of them have partners, and some of them have very small children as well. And she is feeling the emotional pressure and social pressure of being single. And one of Eleanor's friends tries to set her up with one of the single guys at the party, but she's not that impressed, and she's got slightly drunk, and so she decides to hit the road and head home, and then she tries to flag down a taxi. Unfortunately, the taxi stops 10 metres further up the road from where she's standing. There's a man there, a young man, Jake, but he has a nice sort of temperament, and he offers to share it with Elena. And then as soon as she's inside, she starts to feel like she wants to be sick. So they have to get out. And then Jake, of course, being the gentleman, helps her get home. She sort of recovers, and she invites him in, and inevitably they end up sleeping together, and the romantic attachment develops. Early dialogue, though, from Eleanor. She lies about her age. She's in her mid-30s and suggests that she's considerably younger than that. But she is a very physical woman, very emotional as well. And what happens is they gel and they start to live together. And the focus early on develops towards Eleanor's desire to have a child. All those issues at the party about being single and childless come rushing in. And this becomes a focal point. She is actually 35. And the impact on Jake is somewhat surprising but encouraging, as he seems to be quite willing at this stage to go down that road to parenthood, even though he's a postgraduate student studying marine biology. Eleanor works in admin, but they do function as a couple. Of having a child is very much the focal part of this drama. Eleanor becomes almost obsession-like with a desire to become pregnant, and this is the social message that I think this film conveyed perfectly. Really, the social pressures on females to go the usual route of becoming mothers, and I felt strongly that this throws this issue open to you as the viewer about whether this should be how we pressurize women in our society. She struggles anyway to conceive, and so the couple then decide to consider introfertilization. This course of treatment, of course, is quite common nowadays, but still quite radical. And she has to prepare to become fertile enough. It becomes all very scientific and involves a lot of stress, a lot of tension. And this opens up some cracks in their relationship. The woman who plays this girl Elena, is a Spanish actress, and I thought she was brilliant in how she conveyed the sort of neurosis really within her character. And I did see her a while back in another movie called Victoria. To Jake, he's played by JoshO'Connor, and I'm very familiar with his work. He's had, I think, a couple of, well, at least one season portraying Prince Charles in the highly successful drama series The Crown. Here they both deliver very good performances, and there's a number of memorable scenes in this movie. Glimpsing at those then, when they return after the taxi ride, it's interesting that I saw Jake start to explore the record collection. And he picks out a little gem, really, Elvis Costello, and it's from the album. Oh, what's the name of the album? Anyway, the song is "I Want You," a powerful, impactful song on cementing a couple together, the passion between the two together. And this precludes, of course, in the movie with the passionate sex. Blood and Chocolate's the name of the album, by the way. Later, we have this scene where Eleanor's having to take injections to improve the functionality of her eggs in the ovaries. And she becomes quite alarmed at this because the injections have to come in the tummy area. And there's a scene where Jake shows his empathy by doing the same, the injections in the tummy to get that sort of feeling that we're sharing this together. And then after the disappointment of the first course of intravenous treatment, which has been unsuccessful, Elena loses it all, blaming everything, and starts to doubt Jake's commitment because she can't conceive, which of course is not accurate whatsoever. It's part of the script had some sort of impact with regard to yours truly, really. Difficulties to conceive. And here in Thailand, I went about some counselling with my Thai partner when we were having problems in this stage of our relationship. This is after we'd lost a child at stillbirth, and we were getting messages, both that her and myself didn't have the high sort of sperm count or egg count to conceive. And it's a very, very traumatic experience. Anyway, the final moments in this movie lead to separation, the inability to cope with each other's disappointments. And Jake returns to his family to try and recover this emotional blow because he's very fond of this girl. His mother had died when he was young, but he'd assumed that his parents had had a perfect marriage. But because of his emotional state, his father tells him a few home truths that that assumption of his wasn't correct. And the sharing of empathy and advice towards Jake with regard to this young girl being special provokes Jake to react positively, and the film ends on a very happy note. And outstanding debut by a British writer was the rewards at the BAFTA for this piece of work, and it's very watchable. So have a look at it. It's well worth a look, and it's called Only You, and it was released in 2019.